Good morning, everyone. Welcome to orientation for the Council of One channeling group. This is Satek Ananda, the executive shaman, Soul Stream in the house. But what I'm about to do is to demonstrate to each of you what your daily practice should look like. You, of course, can activate this concept at whatever level you are comfortable. If you're only comfortable with 10% of it, do 10% of it. It will help you. If you're comfortable with 30% of it, do 30% of it. It will help you. But whatever you do, do it every day. This is the only way to build a ritual. And the first step of this process is what we call the focus ritual. You have each learned this process. This is a simple exercise of pranayama, a simple visualization of visualizing a ball of light and using the ball of light to activate your sacred space. This is your focus ritual. This is your induction. And the invitation is to practice this focus ritual every single day without fail. Ideally, this should be practiced at the same time for best results. The reason is a question of alignment. If you align yourself at the same time every day, this alignment will be easier because of the harmonic frequencies that are associated with it. So you will get benefit from practicing at different times every day, but you will get more benefit from practicing at the same time every day. That being said, understanding that is your focus, your practice right now as you begin, is to build a focus ritual. That is the first step. Everything else is philosophy. Nothing else matters. Build your focus ritual every single day. The next step will be to begin expressing yourself. And I'm going to demonstrate how that works for me right now. And your goal is not to mimic or to mirror the way that mine happens. Mine doesn't look like Abraham Hicks's. Mine doesn't look like Carla Ruckert's. Mine doesn't look like Bashar's. Mine doesn't look like Cryon's or the Palladians. Mine looks like mine. And your goal isn't to look like me. Your goal is to look like you, is to connect in your way, is to express yourself in your way. That's what you're searching for. That's what we are attempting to help you find, not to copy me. That being said, I'm going to describe my situation because this will be helpful to some of you. I'm currently sitting on the front porch in the shade on a sunny day that is the absolute perfect level of coolness, where I don't need to take my shirt off and I don't need a long sleeve shirt or a jacket. And you can hear that beautiful breeze. I'm sitting in one of my favorite chairs. I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's like a normal chair people have on their porches, plastic chair. And I'm holding two of my favorite Lemurian stones, one in each hand. rather large, square-ish stones. And my phone is sitting on my chest with the microphone pointed at my chin. I've applied a light layer of off because there's some bugs and I don't want to be itching and scratching while I do this. Those are my parameters. Yours will be your own, but pay attention to those parameters because they will affect your journeys and your practices. All that being said, I invite you to close your eyes, sit back, and absorb the counsel of one, in whatever they would like to share with us on the beginning of this amazing journey. If you've never witnessed me channel the counsel before, it can look kind of weird from the outside. It can sound kind of weird from the outside. I start by making crazy, ridiculous, nonsensical noises. This is an exercise in freedom, a space to get out of one's own head. Then I briefly speak in light language, which just means spiritual gibberish. This is an exercise of getting out of one's head also, but it is also a mode of calibration. It is a mode of dialing in to the frequency you actually desire to hold, the frequency you actually desire to connect with. After these two initiatory steps, whatever happens, happens. Know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, happens. And then we'll chat again briefly on the flip side. This is the first time I've ever offered a Council of One channeling session inside of a logical and explanatory container. So I hope you all enjoy it. This is an evolution of this multidimensional communication process. I hope you all enjoy. Close your eyes, sit up straight. Undele makana to o yutu chakana ne. Bindinena olokutu tu kama yeko. E vondo kuto uchuta demakoto no le simubale no to. Vengo ko uyututunu na la keche to o. Demegu gena aye ketete. Simudale no no olo koto to ana katache e. Greetings in the love and light of the one infinite creator. We are the Council of One. We have been assembled as a portal to intelligent infinity and the birth of all that is. Today we would speak on orientation of the soul in service of others. The orientation of the soul in service of others is quite an important moment. There comes a time in each soul's journey where free will chooses to support all of creation. There is a moment in every soul's evolution in which free will chooses to let go of separation, chooses to let go of fear, chooses to let go of ownership, chooses to let go of control. In this moment of free will decision, the soul must choose a path to walk. To not choose is still a choice and simply leads to a sloppy, inefficient path. This choice is always made. What path to walk upon in service to others? How to be of service to others? Knowing that in serving others, one inherently serves themselves. A path each one might desire to choose is that of what you call the channel. This is the choice to use your vehicle as an instrument of light and love. In the choice to use one's vehicle as an instrument to light and love, one must learn to hold a different frequency of thought. One must learn to hold a different frequency of sensation. One must learn to hold a different frequency of perception. How to raise the frequency of one's perception is far simpler than any of you imagine. The key to raising one's frequency of thought and feeling is focus. Focus is the key to affecting, modulating, amplifying, and transducing your energy. Through the concentration of focus, you can modulate energy. You can amplify energy. You can transduce energy, transform energy. Transforming energy means transforming perception. Focus is the key. So how does one focus, you ask? In any way that one chooses. Focus, like balance, is a skill that can be applied to anything. Balance does not only exist on a beam or a log or a ball. Balance exists in relationship to everything. Focus is merely balance for the mind, and likewise focus is inherently a part of everything and every experience. It is never a question of whether one is focusing or not. The only question is to what degree is one focusing. Focus, like everything, exists on a spectrum. At one end of this spectrum is the concentrated, minute, infinitesimal laser beam of deep focus. And on the other end is an infinitely scattered fog. This fog still requires focus. This fog still exists in time and space. It simply is not concentrated. It is diffuse. It is scattered. It is chaotic. At this end of the spectrum, one feels confused and lost and afraid and vulnerable. At this end of the spectrum, one struggles with meaning and purpose. At this end of the spectrum, one suffers with depression and pessimism and nihilism. At the other end of the spectrum, focus becomes so concentrated, so intensified, so dense in its mass that nothing else seems to exist. At this point of hyper-focus, hyper-awareness, one begins to see into other dimensions. While focus is diffuse, one sees only this dimension. One sees only the illusion of time and space. On the other side of the spectrum in focus, or hyper-focus, in hyper-awareness, one begins to see, hear, and feel into other dimensions. Dimensions are not nearly as complicated as they seem when trapped inside of them. When trapped inside of a dimension, they can seem very confusing and confounding. But when seen from above, lower dimensions seem as simple as a child's crayon drawing. They feel as predictable as a soap opera drama. You must not think of dimensions as places. This is an incorrect assumption. For in truth, dimensions are states of being. The simplest way to begin interfacing with higher dimensions is to begin by studying one's own dreams. If you can imagine that your dreams are in their own dimension, and you just happen to be able to see them, you will start to understand how you already see into other dimensions in many ways. The only question is whether you practice enough to be able to do this at will. Do you practice enough to focus your mind to a high frequency laser beam? As in all endeavors, the quality and quantity of your practice will determine your ability. Do not believe this is a pass or fail game looking into other dimensions. Like everything, this exists on a spectrum as well. Understand you are accessing the spectrum through your dreams. Understand that you are accessing this spectrum of dimensions through your meditations, through your breath work, through your yoga and qigong and pranayama. Seeing into other dimensions is simply what you call altered states of being, altered states of mind. There are many ways to alter one's state of mind. What we hope to help you achieve is finding a healthy and sustainable way to deepen and broaden your vision, your hearing, and your feeling into other dimensions. This is the only invitation. At what level of other dimensions you are satisfied in your connection is up to you. This is your free will. There is no expectation of how high in the hierarchy of you-ness that you need to strive. Any step in the direction of Source is a priceless accomplishment. Any step in the direction of Source is a priceless accomplishment. If you can remember this, every practice you do will become priceless to you. Every moment, focusing your attention to an even tighter, even higher frequency will serve you in the highest good. And only when you have practiced this process within yourself enough times that you feel comfortable and confident, should you even consider sharing this connection with others. Those of you who desire to share your connection to intelligent infinity through intelligent energy with other beings, we will be happy to guide you. But do not believe this is expected. This is your spectrum, and you are welcome to sample it at any level you desire, and every moment of your existence. We only hope to help you clarify your intention so that you may focus your attention in order to create power, the power of vision, the power of listening, the power of feeling, all of which ultimately will lead you to empowerment, self-realization, oneness with all, and allness in one. We leave you in the love and light of the one infinite creator. We are the Council of One. Namaste. Woo-wee! Damn. Whoo, damn, y'all. Shit. Oh my God. These are usually 10 or 15 minutes, but I did talk for a while at the beginning of this one, but I think this one went longer than normal. All right, that was orientation, y'all. That was orientation, and what I suggest is for each one of you to transcribe it. This is the syllabus. Transcribe that shit. Because I know y'all. Y'all hang out in the live every day, and if I ask y'all what did you get from that, not a single one of you will have any idea what to say, because I don't know what the fuck to say. That was fucking heavy, man. That was amazing. And so what you have to do is what I have been doing. You have to take this audio and listen to it and write it down line by line, because this will install the code inside of your own body in a way nothing else you can do will. This is your assignment, to transcribe this Council of One session. Not my sharing at the beginning and not me talking at the end, but each one of you in the council, your homework is to transcribe this Council of One message. Write it down for yourself, because it will feed you for the rest of your journey in ways you cannot imagine. I can't clearly tell you what just happened or what I just said, but I can feel that it is a light code. It is a living light code. And if you install it inside of your body by transcribing it, it will generate new realities and new dimensions within you. That was amazing. All right, so first step of your homework is to transcribe this council session. The second step of your homework is to go into the comments of this post and tell us something, yo. Tell us something, yo. Not like, here's one or two lines, I don't really know what to say, coach. I tried. Not like that. I'm talking about dig down and really feel for what you get from this and share it with us. Because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. It's not for you to just sit around and absorb shit anymore. It's for you starting to let what you absorb reflect back out of you. That is the invitation. And you got to practice your focus ritual too. Okay, so number 1, practice your focus ritual. Number 2, transcribe the council session. Number 3, write a comment sharing anything real, anything vulnerable, anything deep that you received from it. You have your marching orders. Thank you so much. I love all of you. This is Satek Ananda, the executive shaman, signing out. See you tomorrow. It's the same bat time, same bat channel. Namaste.